You didn't need it anyway, my father said, his voice casual through my phone speaker, as if he hadn't just admitted to stealing my entire college fund. Besides, what's done is done. No point getting upset about it now. My name is Olivia Reed, and at 25, I stood frozen in my tiny London apartment, listening to my father explain why he had drained the account that was supposed to fund my final year of college. The account I'd built myself, through scholarships, part-time jobs, and careful saving since high school. How much is left? I asked, forcing my voice to stay steady while my hands shook. Left? None of it's left, honey. I had some debts to clear up. But don't worry, you're smart. You'll figure something out. Figure something out. Like I had a choice. Like he hadn't just stolen 4 years of my hard work while I was studying abroad, unable to stop him, because he remained a co-signer on the account I'd opened at 17. I see, I said quietly. Well, good luck with that. That's my girl, he replied, mistaking my calm for acceptance. Always practical. Just like your old dad. Listen, I've got to run, meeting some friends for drinks. We'll talk soon. Meeting friends. With my money. My future. I sat at my small desk overlooking the London street I'd fallen in love with during my semester abroad. 3 months left before I had to return home. 3 months to salvage my senior year after my own father had pulled the rug out from under me. My phone buzzed again, a text from him. Don't mention this to your mom or grandmother. No need to worry them. Of course he didn't want them to know. Just like he hadn't wanted them to know about his gambling debts, his failed business ventures, or his habit of borrowing money he never repaid. I opened my laptop and began making a list. First, documentation. Bank statements. Proof of deposits. Scholarship records. Second, research. Legal options. Financial aid. Jobs. My father had always underestimated me. Good thing you're pretty, he used to say when I brought home straight A's, as if my intelligence mattered less than my appearance. You can always marry rich if college doesn't work out. But I hadn't worked this hard to let him destroy my future. And if he thought my calm acceptance meant surrender, he was about to learn how wrong he was. Over the next week, I pieced together the full extent of his betrayal. The account had held just over $42,000, money earned through scholarships, summer jobs, and years of disciplined budgeting. My father, Michael Reed, had withdrawn it all in carefully timed transfers, each just small enough to avoid raising immediate alarms. My roommate Sophie found me one evening surrounded by printed bank statements. Your father did what? She gasped. Can't you report him for theft? The account still had his name on it, I said quietly. Legally, he had access. I just never thought he'd actually do this. But deep down, I knew I should have. I remembered how he'd borrowed my birthday money as a child, promising to pay it back. How he'd encouraged me to take out student loans in my name, claiming he'd help repay them. My phone buzzed constantly with his messages. Don't stress about the money. Maybe this is a sign you should take a break from school. I know some guys who could get you a modeling job, better money than that degree. Each text revealed how little he valued my education, my independence, my future. I started making calls, my university's financial aid office, legal aid services, and finally my grandmother Margaret, the one person who had always believed in me. I didn't tell her everything yet. I gathered information. Assessed my options. Then my father called again while I was in class. Hey, princess, he said. Quick question. You wouldn't happen to have any other savings accounts, would you? The entitlement in his voice made my blood boil. Why do you ask? I replied calmly. Oh, no reason. Just thinking about your future. Thinking about my future, like he had when he emptied my college fund. Sorry, Dad. In class. Talk later, I said, hanging up. I added another item to my list, close any remaining accounts he might know about. That evening, I received an email from my grandmother. I spoke to your father today. He seemed nervous when I asked about your college fund. Is everything okay? I smiled grimly. Can we talk? I replied. There's something you should know. Her response was immediate. When my grandmother heard the full story, her reaction was swift and furious. That man has gone too far, Margaret said during our video call. My mother Karen and my Aunt Claire sat beside her. Stealing from his own daughter. I shared the bank statements. The messages. The casual dismissal of my future. My mother's hands trembled as she read. I had no idea, she whispered. He told me you chose to take a break from school. Of course he had. I explained how I documented everything, every withdrawal, every message, every call. My Aunt Claire, a lawyer, leaned forward. The cosigner issue complicates things, she said, but there are other angles. Has he promised repayment in writing? I pulled up screenshots. Emails. Texts. Perfect, she said. Not legally binding, but excellent leverage. The plan came together quickly. My grandmother would confront him. My aunt would draft a formal demand letter. And my mother would finally file for divorce. He's always underestimated you, my grandmother said. Time to show him who you really are. That night, my father called. Your grandmother seemed upset today, he said carefully. You didn't tell her anything, did you? About what? I replied. The money you stole. Or the future you tried to destroy. Silence. Don't call me princess, I added. Everything goes through Aunt Claire now. His denial came first. Then anger. Then manipulation. You're blowing this out of proportion, he texted. It was just money. I forwarded everything to my aunt without responding. Let him dig himself deeper. My father showed up at my grandmother's house days later, demanding to see her. She refused to let him past the porch. How dare you, she shouted loud enough for the neighbors to hear. Stealing your daughter's college fund. He left humiliated, but the messages continued. You owe me respect. I'm your father. I thought about everything he'd actually done for me. Then I stopped replying. The demand letter arrived at his house via certified mail, every penny documented, repayment options outlined. You can't sue your own father, he called, outraged. Watch me, I replied. The fallout was immediate. Relatives came forward with stories, loans never repaid, money taken from children's birthday funds. My Aunt Helen confirmed it. He's always been like this, she said. My mother filed for divorce. During hearings, his financial abuse surfaced. You emptied your daughter's college fund to pay gambling debts, the judge asked. His image collapsed. Meanwhile, my university approved emergency funding. My grandmother helped where she could. Unlike your father, she said, I keep my promises. My father claimed poverty, until my aunt found proof of his new car, vacations, and country club membership. He's not broke, she said. Just hiding assets. His texts grew desperate. You're ruining my life. The final straw came when he tried turning my cousins against me. Instead, they sent screenshots. My cousin Lucas warned me. My aunt helped them secure protected accounts. During the divorce, more secrets emerged, hidden loans, forged paperwork, years of deception. He treated us all like his personal ATM, my mother realized. Legal pressure mounted. Repayment with interest was ordered. His carefully crafted persona shattered. I secured a part-time job through my grandmother's connections and finished my degree. Professors accommodated my situation. The family rallied around me. My father tried one last stunt, showing up uninvited to my graduation. "That's my girl," he announced loudly. Security escorted him out. A year later, my career took off in London. His repayment plan continued, strict, monitored, unavoidable. "Love isn't a blank check," I told him in my final message. 2 years later, my life had expanded as his shrank. I lived independently in London. My degree hung proudly on the wall. He tried rewriting history online. My aunt shut it down legally. At my firm's charity gala, I spoke about overcoming obstacles. "The people who underestimate you," I said, "often become your greatest motivation." The final repayment arrived on a Tuesday. "Now can we be family again?" he wrote. I filed the receipt and moved on. My mother said it best: "He thought stealing your money would keep you dependent. Instead, it set you free." And she was right.